It's an earthquake! Ah. Hello everybody, DK Guillotine here, and welcome to the Landmine Madness review. Whatever, can't come up with anything clever. I am reviewing both of the Unicron Trilogy landmines in this video. I've had both of these guys for a good while now. Both of them I fully intended on reviewing because stories for both of these. Cybertron Landmine, I had him as a kid, lost him somewhere along the way, really remember, loved him so much as a kid, and I decided to pick him up again. Actually, I got him as a birthday present, and I wanted him again because I loved him so much as a kid, and I wanted to have him again. So that's the story with him. And then Energon Landmine is a toy I always wanted as a kid, but actually never got. So I got him as well because I really, just like as a kid, I always wanted this guy, and I never got him. But now I do have him. But I'm just gonna come right out and say it. Neither of these figures are really all that good. In fact, I don't really think they're good at all. So let's jump into this. And we're going to start off with Cybertron Landmine because he is the smaller of the two. So here's Cybertron Landmine. He is a pretty good looking figure, man. He's not too bad getting in close on the sculpt. You can see we do have a very nice head sculpt right there. Nice red picked out for the top there. Some silver for the face right there. Got an Autobot logo right there. Some orange picked out for that light right there. Do like it pretty much. Good red over here on the Scoopy things right here on the back. You got some stuff going on the back. You can see you got some red picked out up there. Very nice. Moving down, you got the wheels back here. All very nice. You have the the cyber key ports right there. We'll talk about that in just a second here. But, yeah, I mean, he looks very good. But now we're going to get into the bad things about this figure. First thing, this leg sucks ass. Fuck this leg, dude, because this leg is on a ball joint. And every time I move it, you can see it moves there, but it just pops right back into place. It looks like he constantly has to pee, because he's always standing like this. So he's like, I gotta pee. And I'm just like, really? How did I not, like, I don't know, maybe it's just this copy of the figure, because I don't have any memories of it being like that when I was a kid, but, this is so obnoxious, dude. I absolutely hate the way it makes his legs look. It makes him look all bow-legged, because he basically can't stand normally, because it just pops right back into place at the slightest movement right there. Not even any movement. It literally will just pop into place under, like, absolutely nothing. So, I don't know, I really hate that. Maybe I could fix it. Maybe if I shaved it down a little bit, maybe I could fix it, and I don't know, maybe I'll try that. Maybe I'll try that at some point, but that is just so obnoxious. The articulation is decent. He has a swivel at the head. He has a 90-degree bend at the elbow right there. You have some movement in the legs right there. No ankle pivot, but that's not a big deal. But yeah, articulation's pretty good, and you do have some cool features here where you can, like, rotate his hand around and give him, like, these cool, like, shovels for, like, shields, or whack Decepticons upside the head with them. Pretty cool. I do kind of like these. I do kind of like those. That was one thing I really liked as a kid about this figure. So yeah, I mean, it is pretty cool, and he does kind of have like guns sculpted on the sides of these right here, and I think these were actually guns, if I remember correctly. I think these were actually guns in the cartoon. You could also, like, flip these forward and pretend those are guns as well, so there's a lot of fun to be had. And then, of course, there's the Cyber Key Power, which allows you to bring this piece up here, and then you get the Cyber Key right here. Any Cyber Key will work. This is the Earth one that comes with him, and then you can just plug these in here, and this isn't actually like most of the other Cyber Key Powers where it's a spring-loaded gimmick. This one, you actually have to use it to, like, twist it out, and that will bring out these cool little blades here. So you see, you just put these in here, and then you twist these, and then you have these cool little blades here that pop out of there, and then it has this little wheel here. You spin this wheel and it will rotate both of those. In theory, it doesn't work all that well, but hey, I mean, it is what it is. So there you go. That's his Cyber Key Power. One of the weaker ones, in my opinion. I'm not really a fan of this one. This one's not that cool, although it is kind of cool to just leave him like that. Maybe kind of add that to, like, his thing, because you can kind of see him back there. You can kind of see, like, the blades back there. So not a bad gimmick, but not a great one either. Definitely not one of the standout Cyber Key Powers right there. And then the last accessory you get with him is you do get his gun right here from the show. And I kind of hate this gun because it has, like, absolutely no peg whatsoever. So when you plug it into his hand, it's, like, super easy for him to drop it because he's, like, barely holding it. It's like the problem with Earthrise Double Dealer, where it just does not hold on to it very well because his gun is such a short peg. So there you go. But it does have a firing missile right there, so it's pretty cool. And it actually does have some pop to it. So not a bad accessory at all. And if you want to store it, luckily the where you store it in vehicle mode is right here on his back, so you could totally literally just plug it back there if you wanted to, or you could plug it downwards as well if you wanted to. So you have good storage for it as well. So not a bad figure, but honestly, it's just this thing. And I'll also say he is just very floppy overall. All of his joints are ball joints. So yeah, they're very floppy. And while he does not really have a hard time standing up, he does just not feel all that great compared to a lot of other figures, especially in the Energon line, although not especially in the Unicron trilogy line, because like here is Rodimus, and Rodimus doesn't feel amazing either, but at least he feels a little better than this, and there's a comparison between him and Rodimus. And I'll also bring in Cybertron Hotshot right here, and lastly, I'll also bring in Scout Class Breakdown right there, so you can see how he scales with some other Unicron Trilogy toys right there. I'll bring the spin deck here so you get a good sense of how he scales right there. Put Hotshot over here. So yeah, there you go, and I'll take these guys out for a second, and I'll bring in Jetfire here, so we can see how the team is coming along, and I'll also bring in the Galaxy Upgrade Optimus Prime right here as well, so you can see how my Cybertron collection's coming along. Very cool if you ask me. I'm definitely digging it, and I'll bring back in Breakdown real quick as well, so you can see there we have what the team so far. I would really like to get a Red Alert, because I freaking loved Red Alert. Scattershot would be really cool as well, but yeah, all these are pretty cool toys, but I'll bring this in right there. So there you go. There is my Cybertron collection so far. With my Autobot Cybertron collection, I do have some Decepticons as well, but yeah, pretty cool. I mean, he fits right in. He does look pretty good, but honestly, I can easily say of all of these figures, Landmine is my least favorite, even over Breakdown. Breakdown is so much better than Landmine. Breakdown actually feels amazing in your hand. He has such good joints, and then Landmine over here is just a flippy floppy mess. So yeah, there you go. So that is Cybertron Landmine. Not a bad figure, but there's just so many things about this guy that I just do not like, namely that fucking thing. Not the best Cyberplanet key, but overall, not a bad figure. And yeah, I think I probably do like him a little bit more than the Energon one, which we're going to talk about now. Here is Energon Landmine. Honestly, not a very good figure. Not a very good figure. I know that this guy does hold a special place in some people's hearts, and I was really looking forward to getting this guy, but honestly, he's just not that good. Getting into the issues right off the bat, the whole transformation on this guy just sucks. Like, his transformation is fucking atrocious. I hate it. And to say that about a Unicron trilogy figure, that is honestly, like, that's sacrilege, because the Unicron trilogy toys usually have, like, the best transformations ever. They're always so fun and so satisfying and so simple, but this guy's transformation, it fucking sucks, and we'll get into that in a second here. But first, I want to show the other issues with this guy. His posability, while it's not, like, terrible, it is terrible, because you see his legs here. Look at his legs right here. So his legs are like this, but one click out, and they're all the way out there, and there is absolutely no way in hell you're gonna get an in-between. Well, I mean, if you really try hard enough, you might be able to get an in-between, but that is the first click out, and he actually does have ankle pivot, which is, like, pretty amazing that he's, like, one of the only Energon figures that actually has ankle pivot. But yeah, that's the first click out, and there is nothing else. And he also always looks like he's, like, constantly leaning forward as well, and, like, yeah, like, you click those back, and he has that. He's just weird, dude. This figure is just weird. Like, I cannot say that enough. Also, his crotch does not stay together, like, at all. This piece does not stay together. Do keep in mind, I did buy this figure used, so that might have something to do with it, but still, this just separates so easily. Like, Kingdom Megatron puts this to shame, dude. I don't know, man. It's just bad. Also, his legs are the collapsible legs, so if you hit them hard enough, they are just gonna, like, collapse down like that, so you can turn him into a midget if you want to. So there is that as well. Also, connecting that isn't very fun. The feet also suck. Like, they're not very good at all. They kind of untab very easily as well. The heel spurs also suck, because you, like, bring them out like this, and they don't even have a good place of locking. They don't lock in this place, and even if they did, they're terrible. You, like, constantly want to keep, if I were you and you have this figure, just keep the heel spurs tabbed in like that, because that's the only way he's gonna fucking stand up. If you bring these out where they actually look normal, like actual heel spurs like that, they don't even stay, then he's gonna be leaning back like a fucking weirdo all day. So I don't know, man. He's just so many issues. Also, the arms as well. Same issue with the legs on the arms here. That's one click, and that's one click right there. There's no in between right here, and this one is, like, impossible to actually get an in between on that. So yeah, that's terrible as well. Head is on a swivel, so it's not on a ball joint, but that's not a huge deal. It's very normal for Energon figures, but overall, he's just not very good. I will say some of the sculpting is pretty cool. I like his head sculpt a lot. You can see his head sculpt is very cool, very unique. I do like it a lot. There's some pretty good light piping back there as well. You see right there, Autobot logo on the chest there. The chest piece does look pretty cool. That's his, that's the cockpit for the robot mode. He does have these cool little, like, pauldrons on his shoulders as well. He is a cool looking bot, just holding him just sucks. And he's not even that big either. Like, he's really not that big. Like, I'll bring in Cybertron Landmine right here, and I'll also bring in Cybertron Hotshot right there. He's not even that big. He's just a little bit bigger than Hotshot. And unfortunately, the upgrade thing does not really change that. So, let's talk about the upgrade thing. Here is the upgrade thing. And it's sort of cool that you can kind of have this battle station going on for a landmine right here. So it's pretty cool. This piece like comes out like this, and then there's a button right here, and you push it, and it flings back up into place. It also is supposed to come with a missile, but the missile on this one literally would not stay in. You would put it in, and then it would stay in there for like a second, and then it would just shoot out on its own. So yeah, like you can see here, this thing is just not good. So I lost the missile. I have no idea where it is, but honestly, good riddance, because it was such a pain in the ass, constantly having to make sure this thing was like angled up so it wouldn't like fly out. I don't know. I really hated it, but there are some features right here. You can like bring this piece down right there, which is kind of for its vehicle mode, but you can like bring it up like this and kind of have it be a stand right there. You can also like swivel these pieces back if you wanted to. I don't know, they could be maybe like handles or something. You could totally use them like that, so we could be doing that. I mean, there's some fun to be had here. Also, there's some hinges right here, so you can like do these up like that, so it's maybe like, I don't know, like a destruction device like coming towards you. But I don't know, it's just not that fun. And now getting into the combination gimmick, which was the big thing with this figure, and the thing that I've heard a lot of people like praise about this figure is it's kind of cool once you get it all in place, but getting it all in place fucking sucks, because these pieces lock together so tightly and they come apart so easily. You can see all of this stuff. Like, look at this. Like, look how hard it is to get this piece off. The only way I found to get this piece off, you can see here, pulling it off does not work. You have to like grab it and like break it sideways and just like pull it off like that. Like, you have to like, gah! You have to like bring it down like this and just kind of like break it off like that. I don't know, man. Just not very good. And I can almost guarantee you'll never be able to get these off without these claws coming off as well. And they're not supposed to. The way these are not supposed to come off. So the fact that they come off every single time without fail is, yeah, not a good thing at all. And I can't even like get this back on. What the fuck even, dude? Okay, yeah, get this tabbed in right there. There we go. Okay, you can get that like that and that like that. Okay, now what you're going to do here is you're going to take his hands, you want to fold his hands in like this, bring them in like that for the transformation, and then you want to take these and you want to connect these to the arms just like this, and that is going to give him these pretty cool little arms here. And these are pretty cool, but you can't use the elbows, because like the elbows are like, they go this way if you want to have him like looking proper. So I guess you could still use them. Yeah, overall, no, take that negative back. That's not really a big deal. Forget I said anything just there. Okay, now you want to take the backpack here and you want to get these pieces. You want to fold these all the way around, just like, no. You bring them back up like this. Okay, so you bring these back up like this, and then you want to get this piece swiveled around, or yeah. Wait. What? It's been so long. Okay, I remember now. Yeah, I never play with this guy, so sorry. So you fold these pieces around just like that, so you get them all the way to the back like this, and then this piece is on a swivel, and you swivel this way, bring these pieces up just like that, and they will lock in place just like that, and you have this going on, and then you tab this onto the back. You can see you have some clips right here, and they go into these mushroom joints right here, and get that tabbed in just like that. It's very not fun, and oh, goodness gracious, I hate this toy. Get it. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, yeah, plug this thing popped off too, so you gotta get that tab back in. And there you go. They have the combination, and it's freaking... Oh dear, this fucking toy. Oh goodness gracious. Okay, anyway, here you go. Here's the combination. It does look cool. It actually does look somewhat cool, but it's not... I hate this toy. It does look somewhat cool. Like, I will be honest with you here. I won't destroy it just because I hate this toy. It does look somewhat cool. You know, you got some cool features going on here. You can pull this thing out and like do that, and then push this button and it comes back in. This piece does not hold on the back very well. It's super wobbly. Honestly, all of this is super wobbly. These pieces don't stay up. They fall right off his arms. Oh god, once again, I do have to stress that this was pre-owned, so it is possible that it's just because that the previous owner did not treat this guy with care, so he's a little bit bad now, but Dude, I can't help it. This toy is so unfun to play with, dude. And he's just an absolute clusterfuck, dude. Everything about him is just, I don't know. You can get him in some somewhat cool poses. Like, looking at him right now, he looks fucking awesome, right? Looking at him right now, he looks fucking awesome. But you start moving him around and you start messing with him and he just... Oh my goodness gracious, dude. This thing is just not good, man. But here he is with Rodimus right here, his leader in the show. So, there you go. They do look pretty good together. And also here he is with Energon Ironhide, which is the best Energon toy. So, there you go. They have that. Yeah, I mean, he looks cool. Like, he actually looks very, very cool. But he's so not fun to play with, like, not at all. And you'd think someone, a figure with all these gimmicks and all of this, like all these gimmicks he has, you'd think he'd be fun. He's not fun. You could also, like, bring these pieces up if you wanted to. You could, like, bring these up right there, so you could, like, have that going on right there. But I don't really know why you'd want to do that. But yeah, this figure is just not fun. And that's not even, we haven't even gotten into his god-awful transformation yet. So let's jump into that now, shall we? But luckily, first we get to experience a fun transformation. So Cybertron Landmine, you want to flip these pieces down just like this. You want to get these pieces up just like this. You want to take this waist piece right here, and you just want to take this bit, and this piece will just fold up like that. And then you want to take the arms, you want to fold out his shovel hands right there, and then you want to get these smokestack pieces, flip them forward just like that, and then bring them up, and they will tab together and hide his face right there, and then bring his arms forward just like that. And then you want to take this bit back here, you want to fold this all the way up. We'll go ahead and put his things back in. There we go. By the way, you don't even need the Cyberplanet key. You could totally just use your thumb and just pull them out just like that. It's not even hard. So yeah, bring that piece up like that, and then you want to tab his legs together just like this, and get that piece down like that, and then you want to fold this all the way down, get that bread down all the way, just like that, and then you want to fold these pieces down and get them like that. Nothing tabs together, by the way. Absolutely nothing tabs together. Bring these pieces down, and these pieces will connect. So those pieces tab together, but his legs don't tab in at all. They just go down there. There's absolutely no place to tab the legs in down there. They just sit like that, and then you can take the gun and plug it in back there. And there you have Landmine. And now, for this thing. Oh, I never want to transform this figure again after this, I swear. Okay, so we're gonna remove all these pieces right here, we'll set all this shit to the side, and we're gonna get into it. So, flip, fold it, flow, bring his hands in, obviously, and then begin the torture. Commence the torture. Okay, take this bit right here and fold this piece up, like, please, just fold up, fold up! Fold this piece up like that. Take his head and just fold it in just like that, and then you want to come to the arms here, you want to fold the arms up just like this, and then you want to bring these, then rotate them back like this, and then take this entire section and fold it, son of a bitch. And you want to get this whole section right here, you want to fold this forward, you can see you have two peg holes on either side that's going to go into these two tabs. You want to fold this all the way up and get that tabbed in right there, and then bring these around and fold them to the back like that. So fold these around and then fold them to the back just like that. And then to this section here, and you want to get this piece right here, you want to kind of flip these pieces out like that, bring this back, and then just get the arms and just angle them this way, just like this, and then you want to bring this piece up, and it will tab in place. You can see you have two tabs right here on either side of the arms right there. On either side of the arms right there, that will just plug in just like that, and that's the whole back piece done. Now for the legs, which just suck. They're just the absolute worst. So you want to untab the feet from the legs, and then you want to collapse the legs in, and then split the crotch, which it will probably do for you, and then bring this back like that, and then in theory this peg will tab in right there, but it's just hope, dude. It's just hope. And you just want to bring that back, get all that tabbed in just like that. And now for the absolute worst thing I've ever seen ever, the fucking feet. These are just the worst. Like, everything about these feet suck ass. So you want to bring this piece down and just do the thing. Okay, get these pieces in, and these feet are like, they have like 50 gajillion different joints here, and all I can really tell you to do is to just fucking do it until it works. Just get these in there and just tab that in. There is absolutely no like order of operations whatsoever. I just say just go for it until it works. Just tab it all in just like that, and usually somehow it finds its home. But there you go, and there you have the alt mode, and it's a thing, but it doesn't hold together like at all. Let me show you how easy it is to break all this shit apart. Like, yeah, like not even a little bit. Like, hang on. Let me actually try something here. These feet suck so much. Let me just try something here. What if I just ram them into the bag there? Let me actually stay together a little bit better. Yeah. But there you have the alt mode. And what you're gonna do now is you want to take these pieces here. You want to tab them together just like that, assuming they don't fall apart. And then you take this section here, rotate it this way, bring these pieces down just like this, and then bring these pieces all the way around just like that. Fold those up, and then get these pieces on here and just tab them in to both sides of the thing right there, and just get them all tabbed in just like that. And then you have the back piece right there, and then you can take this piece and you just want to connect. You have two ports right there, and those are gonna peg into these two tabs right here on the back. So just get that tabbed in just like that, and there you friggin' have the landmines in their alt modes. And here are the landmines in alt modes, and as far as looks go, they look very cool. Let's start with Cybertron Landmine again. Oh, look at that, he fell apart. Oh, would you look at that? Get the fuck out of my face. Cybertron Landmine looks pretty cool, and he rolls very well. I mean, these reels really don't roll, but the front ones do. The front ones roll pretty well right there. There we go. That's a little bit better. The back one, at least, right there. So yeah, the Cybertron Landmine's alt mode, not too bad. I do absolutely hate that the legs do not tab in place at all, that they just fold up back there. That fucking sucks. Would it really have killed you to put a tab in a slot back there, really? You do have some articulation right here with the freaking scoop right here, which is pretty cool. You also have some firepower in the back, so that's pretty cool. I actually do like Cybertron Landmine's alt mode. It's pretty cool. I actually always liked this alt mode. I think it's very cool. When I got this guy recently, but when I got him and I transformed him, I was at an utter loss for words that there was no tab and slot for this back piece right here. I was like actually like completely dumbfounded that there wasn't a tab and slot back there. That's the only real issue with this guy. Besides that, he's fine. The alt mode is definitely probably the better mode between the two. It's pretty cool. Now let's talk about this fucking thing. Here is Energon Landmine in its alt mode. It's weird. It's kind of cool, but it's mostly just weird, and it only really looks good when you connect this back piece to him, and it still doesn't even look all that good. Get that tabbed in right there. And it still doesn't even, I mean, it looks pretty cool, actually. It does look pretty cool. Like, I can't take it away from it. It does look pretty cool. It doesn't stay at all. Like, as soon as you pick it up, it just, like, wants to come off. It's really, really bad. Once again, though, do keep in mind, this was pre-owned. So there is that might have something to do with it. But, I mean, overall, it doesn't really look like anything, but it does look kind of cool, and I mean, it can't really say that. You can't really use that as a negative towards the Unicron Trilogy stuff, because none of them really look like anything. Like, bringing comparisons here, here's Ironhide and Rodimus, and none of these really look like anything, right? And I absolutely love both of these toys, so for me to hold that against this Landmine would not be fair, because both of these look like absolutely nothing. Like, this is a rocket-powered semi-truck, and this thing is a fucking truck with a huge head on the top. So, yeah, I can't really hold that against it, but so the alt mode is pretty cool. The alt mode is pretty cool. Unfortunately, it holds together like absolute garbage, but it is pretty cool. So, yeah, there you have that. So, final thoughts on these two. Neither of these figures are particularly good. Cybertron Landmine is a little fun. If you can find him for a decent price, I think you'll have some fun with him, but don't pay a lot for him. He's not that great. The fact that there's no tab and slot for the legs in alt mode is absolutely ridiculous. Not the best Cyberplanet key ability, but an overall, a fun figure. Like, as far as the Cybertron Deluxes go, I would say that Hotshot is significantly more fun than Landmine. But not a bad figure. He's pretty fun. Energon Landmine, on the other hand, fuck this thing. Fuck this thing. I do not like this toy at all. This was a huge letdown for me. He's just not fun. Dude, playing with this figure is just not fun. His posability is terrible. All of the ratchets are just the way that you have, no decisions whatsoever with the ratchets. It's either, completely straight or, all the way spread eagle like that on both the arms and the legs. The fact that he doesn't want to hold together for shit, the feet just untab without the fucking, without any freaking care whatsoever. Okay, honestly, this whole mode, that's not really an issue on this mode, except for the stupid heels and the way these are designed is just absolutely terrible. But this shit right here, all this shit sucks. None of this shit stays on him to save its life, dude. All of it sucks. It's a pain in the ass to take it off. None of it works the way it's supposed to do it. I just don't like Energon Landmine. I don't like this toy. So, final thoughts. I'll give the Cybertron Landmine a B tier. He's a fun enough figure. If you can find him for a decent price, you'll have some fun with him. But Energon Landmine, I do not recommend whatsoever. He is just not fun. He's honestly a huge pain in the ass. His transformation sucks. Nothing wants to hold together. I did forget, yeah, the freaking crotch, that piece just literally, absolutely no freaking, with no freaking, effort whatsoever, it just splits right in half, dude. Absolutely no. I guess you kind of, use it if you wanted to do some stupid shit with him, but just overall, I just do not like Energon Landmine. Energon Landmine, there is some fun to be had with him, so if you find him at, Goodwill for, $2 or something like that, and sure, he's okay, you'll have some fun with him for $2, but for the price I paid for this thing, just not very good. I'm not mad at the seller or anything, though. It was a perfectly reasonable price, but I just wish I hadn't gone for him, because he's just not fun at all. But Cybertron Landmine's fine. I'll give Cybertron Landmine a B tier, and I'll give Energon Landmine a C tier, just because I'm sure some people could probably have some more fun with this guy than I could, but me personally, this dude was just a huge letdown for me. So, There you have it, everybody. Thank you all so much for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, maybe give me a like and subscribe for more Transformer content in the future. And with that being said, this is DK Guillotine, signing out.